Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. It's getting really close to the Battlefield 6 trailer now, and all over social media I'm just starting to feel the hype, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm super excited for the next Battlefield game. So today we have a video that a lot of people have asked for, and this is gonna be my wish list for Battlefield 6. I truly believe that even if we can get most of the things I'm going to talk about in this video, the game will be absolutely huge for the franchise. Real quick, just before the video, I want to thank all you guys for the support lately. Whether it's here on YouTube or even on my stream, it's just absolutely nuts seeing the direction of this channel. Like, just to put it in perspective, my end of year goal this year was 25,000 subs on YouTube, and this was a realistic goal. Like, this is something that I set, and I said I could achieve this, and I was going to try to achieve it. And I mean, as we're going to find out next week, we're going to hit 25,000 subs, I think, just looking at this trajectory. And I just can't thank you guys enough. It's insane. So now getting onto the video though, as the subs know, I play a lot of Battlefield. And I'm not a bad player, and one of those guys who just tries to play a bit of everything and just get the most out of the game, really. So given this, I think I can provide some useful insight here. And please, Dice, if you ever need help, just hit the DMs. I am willing to help whenever, for free, it doesn't matter. All I want is for the next game to be good. The game's success is in my best interests. So now onto the first thing Battlefield 6 will need to succeed. I think everyone can agree on this, and it's going to be a really good anti-cheat. As an OC player, sometimes I'm just banned from all our servers on Battlefield 5. That forces me onto Asian servers, and guys, there is no way you can play the game over there. I feel so bad for anyone who plays on Asian servers and can't play anywhere else. It is unplayable. It's literally unplayable. Like, if you could refund the game and you're Asian, you should do that. Like, do not play the game on Asian servers, guys, if you want to play infantry. If you want to play tanks or planes, I can get it, because, I mean, it doesn't matter, it's actually an easy farm there. But otherwise, infantry no-go. There's literally 5 to 10 cheaters per game. Not even kidding there. 5 to 10 cheaters every single match. You console players don't even have to deal with cheaters. And this is going to go in at a point coming soon, but it's just ridiculous when you have your streamers getting stream sniped by cheaters, and NA servers are apparently pretty bad as well. And it gets serious, as I said, because consoles don't have to deal with cheaters, and we can just assume real quick that it's just a stupid assumption. It's probably not true, but let's say a third of PC players, a third of PlayStation, and a third of Xbox. That means that, like, 66-ish%, they are not dealing with cheaters at all. They don't have to deal with them. Imagine if that large majority of the player base is going to have to start dealing with cheaters. It's going to kill the franchise. Like, it will actually do so bad, because we're assuming that there's going to be crossplay in Battlefield 6. Every game has crossplay these days. You got to expect it. So either you add an option to disable crossplay and it basically nullifies the whole thing, or you have a really good anti-cheat, which would be the ideal option. I really hope that they invest some serious money into this and just make an actual legal case. Like, have a team that is just anti-cheat only, and take it to these cheat companies legally. I saw this thing recently where this massive Chinese cheat company was getting busted or something by the government, and they're all getting jailed and huge fines. That's what we need to see. That's exactly what we need to see. Anyway, sorry for the rambling. On to the next point now. The game has to be modern. It just has to be modern. More specifically, I think 10 to 15 years into the future would work best. This way, the devs actually get total creative freedom, because of the future. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, there could be jet-powered hover tanks in 2035. You just don't know. So, Battlefield 5 was limited to history, and it led to a whole lot of silly things like the woman soldiers, and then the Battlefield's Patrick Sunderland calling the community retarded. Bro, how did that happen? How did that happen, bro? You gotta get those people on a fucking leash, alright? That cannot happen again. Do not call the player base, like, uneducated. Just don't do it, alright? But Battlefield 5 was limited to history, and it's one of the reasons why the balance was so fucked up. And then on top of that, it made everyone angry because it was just a historical minefield of trying to balance the game and also balance the history. You gotta go one or the other. Like War Thunder, for example, full history. They actually get the full, like, schematics of planes and stuff, and they make sure it actually matches the history. So they satisfy that crowd. But you can't satisfy both at once. You can try, but it never really works. So having it in the future, 10 to 15 years, avoid all the problems. That is the way to do it. Anyways, on to the next point. It's a really big one, but Battlefield games always launch broken. They never launch well. So this has to be different. We cannot have another broken launch. Battlefield 4, I remember seeing this emblem that everyone was rocking, where it was like Battlefield 4 has stopped responding. An in-game emblem was just making like a meme out of it. And it's because the game crashed non-stop, the netcode was terrible. We just need a nice clean launch, and that's just going to create a good initial image of the game. I don't care if little things like weapon balance and stuff like that aren't quite tweaked to perfection, but that could be done well. Like, that could even be done well if the beta does well, and if they take the feedback really seriously, they could get that right as well. But the main thing, the two main things here, very little bugs. We don't want any really like massive game-breaking bugs, and good optimization / no crashing. Honestly, if they get those three things right, I mean 2-3 things, however you want to put it, the game will have a good launch. There's a few other things that you gotta have as well, like early custom servers, so RSP, we need that as well. And then early competitive support would be good as well. Like those two are kind of extra. I mean, RSP should really come with the game. There's no excuse for that. But as long as the game runs well, doesn't crash all the time, and doesn't have too many stupid bugs, it will launch pretty well. It will be a step above every other Battlefield game. So on to the next thing. We're going to be talking about the Battlefield 5 killer itself, which is the live service model. I don't want to see it again, okay? I never want to see it again. So live service, basically we got promised everything. We got promised so many things for Battlefield 5, and they failed to deliver on most of it. And this can't happen again. It just can't. It made everyone so angry, and when you have the whole community, r/Battlefield whatever, just getting angry at the game, it's not a good look. It's really not a good look. And the reason why it happened kind of is because live service doesn't really contractually force the studio into providing any of the content, because we never paid for it. There's never a direct exchange of money for content, you know? In Premium on Battlefield 4, you pay up front for the content and you lock it all in. I don't mind that, okay? I don't have an issue with paying for a bit of DLC, because as you guys know, the Battlefield 4 DLC is fantastic. I think I paid $50 for Premium at the time. I pay it again. I'd pay it 10 times. That game delivered me so much fun. I don't care. You need to have either that kind of system or the other kind of new thing that's on the block these days. I sound like a boomer saying that. The Battle Pass system works. The Battle Pass system actually works as well, because you are paying for DLC content there too. Either one of those will work. We just need some way of holding the studio accountable so we get all the promised content. Honestly, if it wasn't for the TTK changes and the live service fail, I think Battlefield 5 would still be somewhat alive right now. So I would hold to those two things being really, really big issues. Anyways, on to the next point here. We're going to be talking about some early competitive adaptation, and before you guys say, oh, Battlefield is a casual game. Yes, it is a fundamentally casual game, but I think that there is a way around SBMM, because all these games coming out lately, they have SBMM in them, skill-based matchmaking, and it's just cancer. It's not fun. For the casual side of the game, the public matches, you do not want SBMM, I'm telling you guys right now. And the way around this is having a competitive mode and a casual mode. So you can play your pubs, your 128 player modes, but also having a DICE supported rank mode, an 8v8 mode in my opinion would be the play here. That would be really, really good. So you can have a rank, even have like, you know, the dog tag system we have in Battlefield. Imagine having like 8v8 season 1 winner or something like dog tag. That'd be so fucking cool. And it would actually promote people to get better at the game and care about it a little bit more. Just in general, I think that games that have competitive scenes tend to last a little bit longer, because, I mean, like, you have more motivation to play the game. Like, if you have a ranked mode, you have that next rank you're always striving to get to. And you have those, like, pro matches to watch, so you know, like, what you're aiming for. And if you just look at the blueprint, man, like, all these games that have lasted the test of time, they all got a ranked mode. They all do. And these games with SBMM, making pubs feel like ranked, it's just not the way. It's not fun. I don't think anyone enjoys that. And finally, my last point here is just more for the active development of the game. So if we assume that the game has a clean launch, this would be a really great start. But what if the game needs some small changes along the lifespan? To do this, I think you have to have a few things satisfied. So firstly, the devs need to be playing the game. 10 hours a week, it should be part of the job. One thing that stood out to me with Valorant was that the developers actually played the game a lot, and they were literally better at the game than the CSGO pros coming over at the launch. That says a lot. Like, that says that the devs are actually playing the game a serious amount, and that they know exactly what needs to be done to the game to fix it and get it to the point where it was at. It was all done by them. Like, you can just tell, like, being that good at the game, they would have known everything. And the second point is just balancing the game around the top level. So every successfully balanced game balances for like the pro level, the absolute highest level, and then everything else will fall into place. BF5 did not do this, and it balanced at a very low skill level. This resulted in a really boring, unbalanced experience for all the players. I can boot up BF5 whenever I want and just go 100-0. Guaranteed. I've literally put money on it. If I want to go 100-0, boot up the game easy. No problem. And I don't enjoy it at all. With Battlefield 4, I'm literally pushing myself to get better every time I play the game, and I can feel improvement. It's because the game is balanced at a pretty high level, and there's a lot of headroom for you to get better. The final point here would also just be to listen to the community. The TTK changes in Battlefield 5 are a prime example of this going absolutely wrong, where the game was changed against the desires of the entire community. Twice. Just listen to the people who play the game. Happy community, happy days. That's all that needs to be said. If the whole community doesn't want to see something happen, don't force it onto them. You don't... Your math or whatever, regarding the engagement ranges in the game, yes, it does make sense. It doesn't matter. If the community doesn't want it, just throw it in the bin. And that's going to be it for the video though. Go ahead and give a thumbs up if you like the video and agree with what I'm saying, and a thumbs down if you disagree. And on any of those specifics, let me know exactly what you think in the comments, and I read all of them. You guys know. I respond to a lot of the comments and the responses, and I read absolutely every single one. So I'll be really interested in hearing you guys' thoughts. But that's going to be it for this video. Have a good one. Peace.